Hey guys, this is Savinda Veerasinghe. I'm going to teach you today about how to review English literature. Of course, this is my first video in my YouTube channel, so I hope you guys like this. If you have any comments, the comment section is open to anyone. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I hope that you learn something from this. First of all, why do I do this thing? Why am I doing this thing? The first reason and the only reason actually is because I like it. I like teaching people English literature because English language is an international language. Of course, when you learn a language, its own literature must be there to guide you in the learning process of the language, because if you do not have the literature in your mind or in your hand or in your desk table, that you do not get the idea of the language. You cannot improve your language without the literature. That is why learning English literature has become so crucial in these times. And you guys have plenty of time to do it. You guys have time, right? You guys are in quarantine these days. You can use that time to study English literature. Get a book, get a short story, read a poem, read a drama script, whatever it takes to improve your English, because these times are looking forward in that direction. Every single job you go to, you have to learn English language if you are to apply for that job. When you go to a school, English language is a necessary subject. You need English language to pass these state examinations. Therefore, I urge you to study English literature if you are to improve English language. That aside, I'm going to go to our subject now. As you can see in the whiteboard, I have listed out 5 steps in reviewing English literature. I'm going to say each and every one of them to you. I'm going to explain everything, but first, we have to give this method a name. As you can see, I have highlighted the first letter in every sentence, and that is how I have given the name for this method. The LSUAF method of English literary reviewing. So, let us go into every single step that you can see here. Learn about literary techniques is the first one. Literary techniques, ladies and gentlemen, is the most crucial thing that you must learn before learning about English literature. Literary techniques are there to make that literary text more fun, more exciting. We have metaphors, we have similes, we have alliterations, we have oxymorons, paradoxes, blah, blah, blah. We have so many literary techniques in the field that you cannot just use these 10 fingers to count them. And each and every literary technique has its own meaning. Of course, I cannot go to detail about those right now because I have a very limited time with you guys. Therefore, I'll be telling that about that to you in another video. Of course, why is it so important to learn literary techniques? As I said, it adds that flavor to the literary text. If you are to understand the taste of that literary text, you need to understand literary techniques. And if you do not, then say goodbye to reviewing English literary text, because if you do not have that basis, you literally cannot review English literature. Second step. Study the history and evolution of literature. I know you guys might be thinking, okay, that guy's cuckoo. No, I'm not cuckoo or crazy or mad. This is a very crucial step in studying English literature. Guys, imagine that you have in your hands the Iliad written by Homer and Romeo and Juliet written by William Shakespeare. You guys know intuitively that these two literary texts are completely different from each other. But you guys know that the Iliad was written during the Greek civilization, and William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet was written in Victorian London. You guys, if you know that, if you know about those time periods and the literature those time periods inspired, it's very easy to realize what kind of literary techniques are inside all these literary texts. As you guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but the Iliad has a great description. Every single detail has been described by the author. That is its style, because it's an epic poem written during Greek civilizations. But of course, when you go to the drama script of Romeo and Juliet written by William Shakespeare, you can see that the entire story is dialogue orientated. Only the small descriptions of backgrounds and the stage is described. So these are the two differences between these two timelines. If you know about them, then by God, you can start reviewing your English literary text even faster than your peers. Third one, understand the content of the literary work. Of course, it's the most obvious step of this, but still, you have to realize that you must understand the content of that work. When you read through a poem or a novel or a short story, if you do not know the plot, or if you do not understand what the characters are going through, then reviewing the English literary text becomes literally impossible. Just like these two steps, if you do not understand, or if you do not indulge yourself into that storyline, you cannot review English literature or that particular work in your hands. So understanding the content of the literary work is very crucial, as I said. The fourth step, analyze the text. What is analyzing? It's the hardest, right? It is the hardest thing to do. Analyzing is basically going through every single line, every single word, every single punctuation mark, every single remark the characters say. Okay, I know I can see you guys are scared, but still, I'm going to say why analyzing is so important. I told you guys about literary techniques, how it is crucial to understand literary techniques when it comes to reviewing English literature. Analyzing is trying to find the literary techniques we know inside that literary work. Guys, if you read a poem, you can see metaphors, similes, a rhyming scheme. If it is a William Shakespearean poem, it's mostly iambic pentameter. All these literary techniques come to light when you analyze the poem. If you were taking a novel, the way the dialogues have panned out, the metaphors they have brought out, the alliterations the characters bring out inside the story, you cannot find them unless you analyze the text. Therefore, I can say without a doubt, this is the most crucial step of the LSUAF method. Fifth and last step, find the theme of the text. You guys might be thinking, what the hell is a theme? I'll tell you. The theme is basically the message the author or the poet or the screenwriter or the playwright tries to bring to us through his or her work. It can range to many subjects. It can be universal or limited to a certain people or a certain place. Themes have such a variety in literature that you cannot define them, you cannot categorize them. I will tell something, I will take an example for this. If you take Romeo and Juliet from William Shakespeare, you can see that the main theme there is the sacrifices you had to make in the name of love. So that part, the sacrifices you have to make in the name of love, that is the theme. If you go to a movie, let us take a movie, let's say Avengers Endgame, the highest grossing film of all time. So there, the theme of it is not giving up in the faces of insurmountable disasters. As you know, the Avengers go through so many ordeals. They lose so many members of the original Avengers team, but still they go on, right? That is the resilience of humankind. So every single thing the characters go through, every single scenario a poet has laid out somehow helps for the theme. finding the theme is the last, because you cannot find the theme unless you analyze that text. So realize, after you find the theme, your review will be over and you can detail every single thing that you have learned. Alright, so this is the LSUAF method of reviewing English literature. I hope you guys learned something from this and that you will apply this knowledge to your future endeavors so that you may get higher marks in your school or college or university work. And if you are just a casual learner, I hope that you guys learned something about this and stored it to your knowledge banks. So thank you guys for joining with me to study this, and I will meet you again with another video, hopefully teaching you about literary techniques. Thank you guys, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.